Hey, everybody, I'm here with a quick story on, side chick blues. Side chick blues. I'm often, baffled when someone dates somebody else's husband, gets pregnant, and then they get mad when that man doesn't want to take on any responsibility of the child. Now, there's an old saying that goes, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And people need to realize that a mother will always have to be a mom, but a dad, unfortunately, can pick and choose when and how he wants to be a dad. So the story goes as this, Beyonce parents, Tina and Matthew Knowles, were married for 3 decades. 3 decades. And they got a divorce, and you can flip the coin to determine what really was the straw that broke the camel's back. But part of it was said to be because Matthew was for the streets. He liked the dib and dab in other relationships. Met this Alexandria. Now, she wants to say that the timeline in which they met had nothing to do with breaking up the marriage, but I guess it depends on who's telling the story. But anyway, she ended up getting pregnant, having Matthew's baby. Now the child is 13, and she talking about, I cry myself to sleep at night because my son is so sad and depressed because he wonder why Beyonce doesn't love him. He's wondering why Beyonce doesn't love him. Now, Mom, I'm going to need you to get yourself together, because if he's wondering anything, he should be wondering why his father, who pays child support but wants nothing else to do with him, doesn't love him. So see, that's why, Mom, I think you're just clout chasing. You're clout chasing because you're focused on why Beyonce doesn't love your son, his stepsister, his half sister, why she doesn't love your son, and not why your son is not wondering why his own father doesn't acknowledge him. Lady, are you crazy? But anyway, we're going to get more into this story, guys, right after this. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get right into this story. Let me share a screen with you because, it's the foolery of this lady with me, like just the plain tomfoolery. All right. So, breaking my soul. Inside Beyonce's relationship with a strange brother who lived in a trailer 10 miles from the star's $157 million mansion. First of all, Beyonce didn't make this brother, Beyonce's father did. So, girlfriend, why are you even naming Beyonce in this article? You should be naming Matthew. But you're cloud chasing. That's my opinion. We're going to carry on, okay? When Beyonce collects the keys to her new $157 million Malibu mansion, she will not be short of celebrity pals to call on. Stars including Gwyneth Paltrow and Kim Kardashian live down the road, okay? Listen, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they just got money for days. It just is what it is, right? So this is the once, she a long time ago, her and Matthew Knowles had a thing going on, and she got pregnant. He's a very nice looking kid. But see, his mother is still going down the wrong path. In my opinion, the mother should have never gave him the Knowles last name. Why? Because you setting him up for certain failures. But we'll get into that a little bit more later. Okay, Nixon, pictured with his mom, Alexander Wright, remains estranged from his famous sister and often asks, why doesn't that person love me? See, that's another problem I have with this. He doesn't just have one sister. What about Solange? Again, you're just focused on Beyonce. Mom is messy, but we'll continue. But one person unlikely to be invited over to the billionaire's house, meaning Beyonce's house, is 13-year-old half brother Nixon, who stays just 10 miles away but remains estranged from his famous sister. Okay, hardworking single mom Alexandra Wright, who had her son with Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, was forced to move into a mobile home with the lad when she went bankrupt in 2014. It is what it is. Today, she states that Nixon asks, why doesn't that person love me? Why isn't he asking, why doesn't my dad love me? Because you putting the wrong things in his ear, my sister. She also tells how she has broken down and cried while listening to one of the megastar's songs, which she believes relates to Matthew leaving the singer's mom, Tina, which led to him dating Alexandra. So she's trying to say that she did not start dating Matthew until Matthew left Tina. Stop, lady, stop. But okay. In an exclusive interview, businesswoman Alexandria, 52, says, if you listen to Ring Off, it's the story, okay? It's not for me, but I know the timing. I was inside. And when I listen to it, I get goosebumps and tears. It makes me cry for them because everyone is in pain and there has been so much sadness. Well, girl, Tina is remarried, living her best life. And unfortunately, your baby daddy is remarried too. All right, dealing with some health issues, but he's remarried. So the only person that has not moved on, it seems to be, is you. Of the singer not seeing her half brother, she adds, Beyonce, is a billionaire and just bought the most expensive house in California, 10 miles from where we live. But no, there has been no contact. Why would she contact you? Your baby daddy don't even contact you. He just paid the child support. Why would Beyonce contact you? Has Solange contacted you? Girl, stop. The pain still needs to heal. My main concern has been dealing with a child that asks, why doesn't that person love me? Because the person doesn't know you. I can answer that. It's a very human story, and I sat in the bathroom and cried sometimes because I just don't know how to help him be his own person. Well, girlfriend, there are plenty of females that are in this situation. It's the only difference is their ex, and sometimes their ex is famous, and sometimes their ex is not. And they somehow find a way to help their kids still live their best life. But I believe our children and grandchildren will make much better human beings than we are. So she's trying to say that Beyonce kids is in her child are going to connect, even though the adults are not connecting and living a better life. Girl, keep dreaming. That's all I got to say, okay? So they have Snapchat and all of that. I guess she's saying they have social media. So maybe through social media, they will connect. The cousins, okay? I think they will find a way to open up and have that conversation. Child, I don't think so. I think that your son is just going to have to come to the realization that he has to just understand that he's never going to be a part of this side of the family. Sitting down with Alexander and her son, it's hard to imagine they are related to the jet set pop star 41, Beyonce, and her rapper husband Jay-Z, 53. Beyonce is worth 400 million, Jay-Z is worth 2 billion. The mom of three, Beyonce, has made a fortune from releasing 7 albums and 83 singles, signing endorsement deals with firms such as Pepsi, and starring in movies including Dreamgirls. Her current Renaissance tour is estimated to bring her in $1.5 billion. That's it. Crazy, okay? The same as daughter Blue Ivy, 11, joined Beyonce on stage in London. The youngster has been indulged in ways most kids can only dream of. She was given a $50,000 Barbie doll for her first birthday and has the use of an $800,000 playroom with a jumbo TV screen. Nixon, the biggest thing he ever got was his $259 Nintendo Switch game. He enjoys making HelloFresh meals and playing basketball in the park, while his clothes come from TJ Maxx. Okay. Compare properties also shows the difference between their fortunes. Beyonce and Jay-Z has a 40,000 square foot oceanfront mansion with a pool and a water feature for a record $200 million, which is one of California's most expensive pads. While Alexandria was briefly left without a roof overhead in 2014 when she was bankrupt by a court battle with Beyonce's dad over child support that cost her $250,000. She sought assistance from a homeless charity and was forced to move to a 2-bedroom trailer. Okay. And that's before her actress friend, Shar Jackson, 46, took her in. She had also had to protect her identity after death threats from Beyonce fans. Now, all the celebrity fans sometimes go too far. Do I think this was messed up that she got death threats? Of course, right? But sometimes when you go a certain path, there are minefields that you can't avoid. The beehive is messy and they came for her. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying they came for her. It was not until 2017 that she was able to return to renting her own apartment. Earlier this year, the Global Collective CEO, Alexander, moved into a 5-bedroom house in one of LA's suburbs. Okay. She drives a regular car. Beyonce, they said, drives a car that's $800,000. Well, Beyonce has the money. Okay. And while the singer is known as Queen Bee, Nixon triumphed in his fee paying school. So they're trying to say he go to public school. Well, that's all the money your mother makes. She can only send you to public school. And there's been some great people that came out of public school. Okay. So that he excelled in the spelling bee and is making his mom really proud. Now, Alexander came into Beyonce's gilded world when she started a 2-year relationship with businessman Knowles 71 that ended a short time after Nixon was conceived in 2009. And see, a lot of these men, they will play around with you all day long. And the minute you come to them and say you're pregnant, they want to question you. They want a paternity test and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And a lot of them will ask the female to abort the baby. And when the female says no, they get irate and mad and pissed off. Okay. So she served him with legal papers that forced him, this is Matthew, to take a DNA test proving he was the dad, and was later blamed for ending his 31 marriage to his wife, Tina, 69. Okay. So if they was already separated, Alexander, when you got with him, why do you think you was blamed for the breakup? Now, I think it takes two to tangle. And Matthew, of course, he's the one that took the vows. So I'm not, trying to take away any responsibility for him. But as a female, you have to protect yourself and any potential seed that you might have. So that's another surefire reason why you shouldn't be messing with a married man. But I'll continue on. There were even claims that Beyonce fired her dad as manager after finding out about the affair. Now, see, Alexandria want to insist this isn't true. I believe it is true. I believe that the dad was utilizing funds, Beyonce's funds, to fund the relationships and the affairs that he was having allegedly with all of these females. And then when Beyonce figured it out, she cut the dad off, and rightfully so. Okay. So Alexandra sits her ex, who she refers to as MK, was let go after an audit of his finances began among claims of misappropriated funds. Yeah, he was misappropriating the funds, girl. He was using money to help go out with you and hang out with you. He later denied the allegation. She said, I met him after I started working in PR for Microsoft in 2007. So, and Beyonce and Beyonce's parents didn't divorce until 2011. So you see how, so you met him in 2007. Girl, bye. You was dating him while he was still married. So MK wanted to do an overall entertainment deal for his daughter, and I was summoned to Seattle for meeting because there were no people of color. After that, MK insisted I work on his account and started saying, I need Alex in this meeting. He had a lot of bravado and he was very persistent. She said, I'm going to stay in Seattle until you agree to have a drink with me. And girl, you could have said to him, you could stay here until the day is long, but I'm not having a drink with a married man. But you caved in. And he stayed for 2 or 3 weeks until finally I said, fine. She added, I was not conflicted about the situation because his marriage was not functioning as a marriage. How do you know? because that's what he told you. Okay, we'll carry on. I don't think he told his family about me. Well, of course he didn't. Okay, it was a complex situation and the family structure had been fractured for a long time. How do you know? I would say I was in love, but in hindsight, we were both workaholics and we became codependent. I got pregnant in May 2009 and I found out the following month. We rented two beach houses in San Diego and we got all of our friends down to celebrate. Okay, so you was renting those two beach houses on Beyonce dime. So that's why she cut her father off and fired him. MK wanted to name our son David, and there were these long-term plans. It was when we were heading back that he found out about the audit. I remember he got a call from somebody saying your client, referring to Beyonce, just took a meeting without you. That had never happened before. His reaction was one of panic. He was scared of losing his position. We had joint credit cards and bank accounts, and after the audit started, he just cut them off. Yeah, he cut them off because he was trying to erase the paper trail. He's trying to erase the paper trail. I left him and he didn't. Now she want to claim she left him. Girl, stop. I left him and he didn't ever expect me to do that, to make that choice. I ended it because I'm better than that. Girl, you wasn't better than that when you started and knew the situation was complicated. Would you stop? Girl, bye. Um, was I scapegoated for what happened by the family? No. By Matthew? Yes. Knowles has always refused to meet his son, according to Alexandra. He does pay child support. Having turned 13 in February, Nixon is now facing some tough questions about his famous system. Alexander said, people will ask him straight up at school, are you the brother? Whatever they can Google, they will ask him directly, and even the grown-ups will take pictures of him. Girl, because you are making him a spectacle. You're making your son a spectacle. You could have simply gave him your last name. You could have moved somewhere non-discreet, and you could have not have allowed him to have this picture taken with you for this article. Why would you do that? I would have never known what this kid looked like if you didn't do this interview. I forgot all about this story, but you helped it resurface. You're messy. Okay? Nixon has never had the luxury of being a normal child because of you. Being related to someone famous smothers kids like him and they lose their identity. They are so-and-so's brother or stepkid. It's hard for him to comprehend, and he's a quiet kid and very reserved. I tell him fame does not equal happiness, so never covet what someone else has. But you did, Mom. You did. You got with Matthew because of who he was. You was loving, chilling in those beach houses and having the dual credit cards and spending Beyonce's money. And when he got cut off, that's when you got some morals and said, oh, I got to go. But it's hard to see people living as billionaires only for you. Not your son, for you. What does that kid think when I'm working 16 hours a day and trying to get accounts paid? How does he feel? He wouldn't feel no kind of way unless you made him feel some type of way. Saying to him, oh, your father has all this money. Oh, your father this. Oh, you're part of the Knowles family. Oh, no. It's because of you, Mama. I think Beyonce is a lovely person and she has never done anything to harm me. So why are you doing this article to kind of drag her name into her father's mess? Because you're messy. I don't want anything from them. So why do this interview? I just want my son to be free and to have a happy life. We'll take him to counseling. Okay? He's a gorgeous kid. Looks like his mom. Nice looking child. And you're being messy, Mom. You're a messy mom. Messy mom. Okay? Well, anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments. And when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. I think this mom is a hot mess. I think she's a disgrace. I think she is leading her son down the wrong path. And I think she should go move somewhere else and change her son's last name to Wright instead of Knowles, so that he can have a fighting chance to not constantly be followed and have people try to take pictures of him and have him being connected to the Knowles family that doesn't acknowledge him. You're being messy because you think you're going to force somebody to acknowledge him. Well, you can't do that. None of us can. And you got to tell him, let God work this out. It was my mistake that I got with this man. And I don't know if I want to say mistake. Maybe find some other words. You know what? Do the typical. You was made out of love. It was a situation that happened. It's unfortunate that he doesn't want to be a part of your life, but your dad is missing out. You're whole, you're fine, you can still be great. And just because we don't have that type of money, we can still have a great life. So you're messing up, mom. Get your life together, and you're still clout chasing, like you was clout chasing when you got with Matthew Knowles. Well, anyway, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Let me know what you think of this story. Let me know what you think of this mom. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. And y'all know the routine. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, thanks for watching and welcome back. And everybody, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.